It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies in cinema, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey there, Jim.
Hey! Yeah!
And also, we have the Merman, who I didn't think was coming, but now he's here. So I don't know what's going on. What's going on, Mur? Why are you here? Is there a story behind it?
Thanks for that summary, Bryce. Yeah, I'm here.
But what's the story? I thought you weren't coming.
Everybody wants to know. Well, not full story, obviously.
Shit happens. Let's move on.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Remember, he had 7 jobs, and then he had no jobs, and then he had 2 jobs, and now he has no jobs again.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Yeah, this is the crazy. This is what that is. Well, thanks, open supporters. If you love our independent podcast, you please must subscribe. You please must share. And you please must give us a 5-star rating on your listening platform. Or support us and join the Film Rage community by joining our membership at buymeacoffee.com/FilmRageYYC. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible movie. And we'll watch it if it played anywhere in the world in a theater. Not in your basement, not at your grandma's TV, tube TV with her VHS. Has to have been in a cinema. Now, let's get to raging. But first, here's a word from our sponsor.
Hey, Bryce, what are you doing tonight?
I'm going to my favorite cinema, canyonmeadowscinema, to see the best second-run movies at the best price.
What? How inexpensive are they?
Regular price is $5.
Regular price is $5. Makes me hope they also serve pizza.
They do, plus a lot of other great food choices. Plus, I'm planning my office Christmas party there. They can host a plethora of options for any get-together. Gaming, movie, drag show.
Drag show? Now I know where I'm planning my next party.
Hey, maybe you think there's a Liam Neeson or a superhero movie planned?
I hope not. But maybe there'll be a great independent documentary.
Sure. Call CMC at 403-670-5444 to book a special event or go online at canyonmeadowscinema.ca.
Nice.
The Amazing Murman.
Yeah.
Critics.
Yeah, whatever.
What say you, Merman? What did we rate these suckers?
Oh, let's see. The first one was a 3-hour Indian Bollywood type movie.
Ooh, that sounds excellent.
Yeah, I assumed you guys both gave it a mondo.
All right.
And I would have left 10 minutes into it.
Maybe it wouldn't have taken you that long, Merman.
Probably wouldn't have.
Maybe not.
But maybe.
And The Nun, too. I mean, it's a sequel. I don't even remember if the first one was any good.
Neither do we.
But since it was a horror movie, I figured you guys maybe both gave it a meh.
All right. You know what?
Those are very sound predictions.
Those are very educated.
Based in logic.
I probably would have given it a rage if I had seen it.
Well, maybe. Depends. Well, wait till you hear what we thought of it. And
Yes,
then maybe,
especially me.
Especially Bryce. Bryce is going to have so much interesting things to say today,
I've got
Murray.
so much to talk about with these movies.
These movies, of all the movies that we've talked about, these may be the most talked about of all our movies.
All right. So, we're going to kick it off with a little Bollywood action here. Jawan.
You know what? I have never been more excited in my life than to hear what Bryce is going to say right now.
Okay, so.
And Murray, when you hear it, you're going to also be excited.
Well, no. Okay, Jawan is the latest Bollywood mega production, and it is basically a 3-hour plead to the people of India to get out and vote the current regime in India out of office. Apparently, there's an election next year, and the sole purpose of this film seems to be to oust the current leadership through action as well as song and dance.
That is exactly what it's about.
Now, full disclosure, I may have dozed off a couple of times. And by a couple of times, I mean I was awake for about 30 minutes of the almost 3 hours that the film checked in at. Which means I was asleep for around 2.5 hours. But I think I still got the gist. I still think I got the message. So basically, get out and vote next year because our government is corrupt. That's what I got out of it.
That's exactly what the movie was telling you.
That was basically the message, correct? Okay. So I didn't miss anything.
No.
Anyway, I can't rate this as I did not see enough of it. But of what I saw, it seemed like it was a little disappointing considering the hype going in. Plus, we've had pretty good success with the Bollywood action lately.
Yeah. But this is definitely the first Bollywood action, romance, comedy, song and dance extravaganza that had a political message woven into it so deeply.
But they didn't weave it in. They just threw it up on the screen and beat you over the head with it. They threw it up in a bag, and then they slammed that bag over your head over and over again until the bag burst and the puke went down your face.
Oh, there's other things that go down your face, but...
Anyways, so I think,
it was a...
Well, I didn't see enough of it to rate it, but it looked like... I don't think it was a rage. I was never raging. I did wake up occasionally, and there would be like a song going on, and people would be walking by. I'm guessing they were using the bathroom. I think you've got a theory on that, which you'll probably touch upon. But yeah, this is pretty much a did not see for me because I saw enough of it. I mean, I pretty much got it, right?
Yeah. That's exactly. Yeah, that's sort of, yeah.
All right. Well, fill me in, Jim, because I can't wait to fill me in all the gaps that I missed here. I can't wait to hear.
So,
because I have no intention of watching this.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't. And Murray, you should never watch this one.
I'm not gonna.
If you think that American action films are made with over-the-top physics, defying stunts, and ridiculous plots that make no sense, you have never seen a Bollywood epic action film. And if you thought you have seen a Bollywood over-the-top action film before, you ain't seen nothing like the likes of Jawan, Fast and Furious, or Expendables. You, as we already know, are truly horrible. But you are not over the top enough. Because going over the top enough almost gets you to a level that is Jawan.
All right.
And this is something I'm going to have to ponder as the next time I watch the next release in the Fast and the Furious franchise. Everything from this moment on from an action film will now be judged against Jawan.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay.
First note, I have no idea what I just watched for 3 straight hours.
I think if you had dozed off a few times, it would
I
make more
did.
sense.
Maybe. I that's the problem. I didn't. This was a crazy, misconstructed story with so many backstories on top of layers of corruption and political bashing. I swear this was made just to try and to get every person in India who feels hard done by the government, which this film tells us.
Yeah, apparently the government sucks according to this film. And hard.
Everywhere.
And it's so corrupt.
It's like every single thing that's happening in the government of India is terrible.
They're taxing the farmers twice what they're taxing someone to buy a luxury automobile.
No, that you were sleeping that time. That wasn't tax. No, that was their interest rate.
Oh, interest rate. That's what I meant. Sorry.
So you fell asleep at the interest rate part.
Sorry, interest rate. They were, what was it, like 14% or something on a
There's a lot of
7%
there's a lot of
on a
percentages.
BMW or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on.
Of course.
My eyes were closed. I sort of heard something.
But the thing that people really wanted was to cheer for a Robin Hood like hero, to punish the wicked, get the girl, dance and sing,
right,
and basically just have any 10-year-old boy's imagination of a story, and then bring that to life. But then you gotta spew the political jizz in your face through the entire movie.
Political jizz.
But if you like insane, wackadoo, completely mental stories that make pretty much no sense, and you also love single tear sadness crying every 10 minutes like clockwork, the evilest villains who have ever lived in any movie that you've ever seen, and when you feel you need to go to the bathroom during an epic adventure, they throw in a song and dance fashion show extravaganza to allow everyone to pee. And believe me, they all do. As soon as it comes to the pee break, and they're scheduled almost every 40 minutes, Murray. So if you fell in love with Bollywood films, there would be a pee break for you. There would be a pee break for you.
Does the movie just stop?
No.
But they have like a song and dance number. That's your cue to get up and use the bathroom.
Yeah, and everybody did. It was incredible.
They all filed out. They all filed back in before the song ended. They didn't miss anything.
Well, that must be some awesome singing and dancing.
It's just they know that that's the time. It's like, and sometimes they dance like the Bollywood dances as they're going down the stairs.
This is also the same country that has 18-hour cricket matches. I know because we've run them when I worked in broadcasting. When the hell do you go to the bathroom during a cricket match? Because it never ends.
They just go when the Bollywood singing comes in.
I
guess they probably have that in
Bollywood singing breaks in cricket as well?
I don't know.
Probably.
You never sat down to watch the whole thing?
No, it was at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was just trying to stay awake.
But you know what? What I got to say about that is that if you're going to make a genre of film that's going to be 3 hours minimum long every time you make a movie, like, how smart is it to not put pee breaks in the movie?
There you go.
Right? I mean, it just makes sense. Whether or not it needed a song and dance fashion show.
Like every superhero movie in the last 10 years?
Yeah, so if the superhero movies had a singing, dancing fashion show extravaganza that allowed people to go to the bathroom, it would be way better.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm now voting for this. I'm sending a note to Disney this afternoon.
Or in the old days, they would just have intermission because everything right now film, they actually had to change the role, so you have like a 15-minute intermission in the middle of a movie. That's what they should be doing.
Yeah, or just do like the Bollywood does, 40 minutes, time for a pee. But if you don't need to pee, the good thing is you have the chance to stand up in the cinemas with everybody else that's still in the theaters and start singing and dancing along, which is like. It's an adventure
it's win-win, really.
It's a win-win for everybody. You want to sing and dance, stay in the cinema. You want to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom.
There's no wrong answer.
This film is one of the most ridiculous films I've ever seen where, and I'm giving you a small example here, 8-year-old girls can interview men for their moms to marry.
I got some. That's weird.
The men will accept that invitation.
Yes.
And the mom will agree just because the 8-year-old thinks it's a good idea.
Yeah. And then they get married.
Then they get married because the girl...
Like an hour later.
The 8-year-old girl also thought that was a fantastic idea.
Yes.
This may be one of the standout examples I'm using, but as far as the rest of it was, it is just beyond every single expectation you could have in a movie. Like, I can't even explain everything that happens in this because everything is so completely ridiculous. It's just everything you could imagine that would be the most ridiculous thing to put in a movie.
Yeah.
It's in this movie.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. None of it made sense.
So
the stuff I saw just didn't make sense.
Like every Bollywood movie ever made.
No, it's not.
Usually it's over the top, but it's not as dumb as this.
Believe me, I've watched a lot of them over the years, and they're all that ridiculous.
Yeah,
all of them.
Not quite to this level.
Yeah,
though.
no, this was
Including your Triple R. Also ridiculous.
Triple R was fantastic.
That was so good.
It was so good.
I love that movie.
So I can't say I hated this experience. Being confused, though, through the entire film and laughing with and at the over-the-top absolutely everything.
Yeah, you woke me up a couple of times.
Yeah, I was kept poking you going, you got to see this. It's amazing. It was fun, especially in a sold-out cinema with a bunch of fellow Bollywood film fans.
There you go.
This film that was Jawan was a rage. But the experience of seeing this in cinema made this all the way to a meh.
All right.
So I find it hard to rate this movie.
Yeah, if you're sitting there watching this on your couch at home, it's
this could be the worst movie you've ever seen.
But when you're watching
it in the cinema and all the things that are going on with all the people in the cinema, it was sold out. It was insane. Bryce and I were sitting in the front row.
Yeah,
like it ran once during the whole week.
The other thing is,
it was everywhere.
They don't mess around. When they show up for the movie, they show up when the movie starts, not when the trailers are going or anything. It is empty 2 minutes before the movie actually starts, not the trailers. But when the movie starts, boom, they all just come rushing in, and it's completely full.
So what you're saying is they're still filing in 20 minutes into the movie?
No, they all get in.
No, they get there, and they're all sitting down.
It's efficient.
It's just, boom. You go from empty to full in 2 minutes.
These people know how to watch movies. Yes. Like, I want to go to India now, and that's the only way I want to see movies in cinemas is with an Indian crowd. So thank you, our friends at Sunridge Cinema, which we don't normally go to very often. But I can 100% guarantee you every Bollywood film we see
go there.
is going to be there.
Well, they show like 4 or 5 a week.
Yeah,
there's a ton there.
Yeah. But this is like the biggest release.
We're just going to the really big releases. So we're not going to hit
this is the biggest release.
We're not going to like the Indian version of Joni Meets Chachi or Loves Chachi. You know,
yeah,
there's a few of those.
I would see that one.
I've been in an extra in some of those. So maybe you'd see me. I don't know. I play the guy that gets bumped over in the airport.
You play the only white guy in the movie?
No, I'm in an airport. There's lots of white guys. I think most of the people are white guys.
I've seen white guys at the airport.
Yeah, in Bollywood films that are shot in Calgary. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, this was fun. It was a meh. I mean, the movie's terrible.
The movie's terrible.
Don't watch this at home.
No, go to the cinemas. Watch it with a crowd,
and don't fall asleep.
Yeah.
Watch it during the day.
Yeah.
Unless you work at night.
I don't know what's wrong with me, man. I was just wiped.
I don't know. But you know what? We also saw another movie called The Nun.
Yes.
Two. So, The Nun 2 is the story of a person going down a not so well lit hallway to find a jump scare followed by a death.
I'm taking notes, by the way.
Followed by another person who goes down an unlit hallway, followed by a jump scare.
Okay.
Followed by more random unlit hallways, followed by either a jump scare with or without a death.
Okay.
Followed by many more unlit scenes that cause the Vatican to send one nun to battle the most ferocious demon, possibly even Satan, I don't know, to battle it by herself.
Oh, well, that doesn't make sense.
Except her best friend escapes the nunnery to help her. And by luck and happenstance, they together with a randomly placed librarian find where the hidden nun demon is, which then causes more unlit hallways with jump scares.
Okay, you're just making this stuff
Then
up
the
now.
nun becomes a man person.
That's a stupid story. What are you talking about?
And a big dog.
Yeah.
Kind of like a demon dog of some type.
A demon dog.
And then she becomes herself.
Okay.
But all at the same time. So it's not just the nun anymore. It's like all three of these nuns, all in different places at the same time, where they then decide to play hide and seek with a couple of nuns, a mom and her daughter, a bunch of mean-spirited little girls who are bullies. Then through the power of friendship and friendship bracelet, a vat of wine, some praying, and some saint eyes, they defeat evil. And they all go away happily ever after. That is The Nun 2. I will say that only one demon crackling scene does not do the genre any justice. Of all the amount of demon that I saw in this movie, usually in an unlit hallway, this was the least amount of demon crackling. So I was really disappointed because you know my love of demon crackling in demon movies and ghost crackling in ghost movies. So of all of the demons I've seen in movies, this had the least amount of demon crackling. So, because of that, I have a big question about it.
Okay.
Well, I actually have 2 questions about it.
What's the first question?
First question is, did the Vatican send the nun by herself to battle the demon/devil because all the exorcists and or priests around the world were busy spending time with the altar boys to make an effort to help her in her battle against the devil? That was my one question.
Okay.
I'm just posing it.
Yeah.
And the second question is, maybe it's not as important, I guess, depending if you're an altar boy or not. Even Bryce may know the answer to this question. Bryce, do you think that because there is only one demon crackling scene in the movie, that this is no longer a demon film? And I'm proposing there is potentially a new subgenre of horror film. Are you with me here?
I'm trying to be with you.
Yeah. So the subgenre I'm thinking is called films where they go down dark hallways and then have jump scares. That is the genre. Because I think there's enough of those that there is an actual subgenre. Because there wasn't enough demon crackling or anything else that made good demons, but there was a hell of a lot of going down hallways in the dark, and then a jump scare would happen. So and then I rewatched The Nun after it to say, did I miss something?
Oh, you did watch it?
Oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah, I did. Because I was like, what did I miss from the first one? But you know what the first one had? It had a lot of hallways that were unlit.
Really?
Yeah. And even it had a coffin scene where there was even a jump scare in the coffin. How is that even possible?
Wow.
It was there. So the Nun series, and I don't know about the rest of the Conjuring universe, but the Nun series has built its own genre. For that alone, it deserves a Mondo. But this movie is basically the worst movie I think I've ever seen that is about going down hallways and having jump scares. But then they had hide and seek with jump scares. So it's like hallways that aren't lit, but then they had hide and seek with jump scares.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, it's terrible. This movie's awful.
So it's a
rage. It's a severe rage. If this was the genre of going down hallways that are unlit to jump scares, even then it would be a rage. But because it's about a demon nun, yeah, it's terrible.
All right. You want to hear what I have to say about it?
Absolutely. I can't wait to see what you have to say about this.
So, The Nun 2, I would say that I slept through about 90%.
Are you kidding?
Yes, he did.
So here's what I remember. I remember a priest floating and igniting into flames.
Yes.
I remember
that was wait. That was after a couple of hallways that were unlit.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I remember. Yeah, I'm getting
the unlit hallways. Okay.
I remember friendship bracelets.
Yes.
I remember some schoolgirls teasing and tormenting a classmate.
That was also in there. In an unlit hallway.
Other than that, I remember dark hallways. I remember a lot of those. Well, not a lot of them because I.
Well, you had 10 minutes of it.
10 minutes of it. I think there was a ball, and I remember some wine being like dropped and like the bottle smashing.
Yeah, it was symbolism. Foreshadowing.
Okay,
yep.
Yeah. I seem to recall that someone else may have ignited into flames towards the end. Did that happen?
Yes, it did.
Okay. From what I saw, it did not look very good. Am I onto something?
You're onto it. Yeah.
But once again, I can't rate it because I was maybe awake for 10% of it. I spent $20 some odd plus popcorn pop. I had about a $40 night out at the movies where I literally was awake for maybe
40 minutes.
Maybe 40.
And we saw, what was it, 3 plus 2? It was 5 hours of movie.
5 hours.
He got 40 minutes.
Yeah, I got 40 minutes out of 5 hours.
And to remind you folks, we have the Calgary International Film Festival coming up.
Yes.
Which there is 10 to 12 hours a day.
Yeah, you better get up on your sleep, buddy.
I will be fine for the SIF. Don't worry about that.
You know what? This could be an interesting film festival this year, Murray. I'm not going to lie. If that's actually, I was doing a Bryce for him because every 5 minutes I was rolling my eyes and going, ugh. Yeah, this was a fun week. I'm going to admit I missed Murray because I think Murray would have maybe liked The Nun 2 more than me.
That. I did not enjoy my Monday night very much either.
Ah.
No?
being the idiot who drafted a certain Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers
no. Done
league.
for the season.
Are we talking about
Third
football again
play.
on our podcast?
Third play of the freaking game done for the year. $75 million they paid that guy.
They stacked that
Wait,
team
is this your Murman
They
Minute now?
stacked that team this year, though.
I stayed home to watch the game, hoping to have some joy, and 3 plays in, there was no joy.
That team is stacked, though. That Zach Wilson, I'm excited for his opportunity.
You know what?
I wasn't having
movie
much fun
listeners. What I do want to say is this has no bearing on any film that we watched this week.
No,
but it
didn't put me in a good mood.
That's right.
There we go.
Didn't start the roll. Well, that's enough of that.
All right.
The moment we've all been waiting for.
Well, as Bryce mentioned, I wasn't going to be here, but schedule changes.
Yep.
Last minute, apparently, for me all the time.
Yes.
Like, I'm out the door on my way to work, and like, oh, all of a sudden you're not working. Oh, thanks for that heads up.
Surprise!
So I basically had nothing prepared.
All right.
I did, besides watching football most of the weekend.
Nice.
Along with the one night shift that I had.
Nice.
I watched a football movie I have actually never seen before.
What?
It is called Friday Night Lights.
Oh.
Yeah. Apparently it was so good that it spawned a TV series.
Yes.
Which won multiple awards.
Yes.
And it had Billy Bob Thornton as the coach. I'm like, okay.
Can you let our listeners know that it have a Rocky 1 or a Rocky 2 ending?
Rocky 1.
There you go. All right.
And you know me, I actually enjoy my sports films.
Yeah, you do. This would probably be your favorite
traditional
movie.
happy ending type scenarios. This was basically high school football in Texas, which is a big deal back down there.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Like, I worked every single high school football game on the sidelines, being paid because I wasn't going to actually play on the team. So I did enjoy some high school football back then, but I don't know. This film just didn't grab me at all. Like, there was no real human interest. I mean, there's a star running back who basically can do everything. And
it's not good.
Predictable. He gets hurt in the first game.
Yep.
Their only offense gets hurt in the first game. Oh, now they have to struggle back.
Yeah.
With the backups and backups and backups.
It's a Rocky 1 story all the way.
I think Connie Britton was actually in it. I saw her in the stands. I don't know if she had any lines. I think she was actually married to Billy Bob in the movie, but I don't remember her actually having a scene where she talked.
Maybe
which was weird because she's a good actress.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know, it just wasn't great. I mean, there are so many better football films out there. Either one's about high school, and this one just wasn't it. I mean, and they had Tim McGraw, who people may or may not know.
He's a singer.
He's a singer of country music. He played an asshole of a father.
Did he do it well?
Beats his kid for 3/4 of the movie.
Did he do it well?
Yeah, he was a drunk asshole. Basically, he was a jerk.
Kind of what he does on stage, probably.
No, as far as I know, he's a nice guy in real life.
That's a stage show. He brings his son up and just beats the crap out of him.
Maybe.
As far as I know,
while
he's a
he
nice
sings
guy.
about his broken down pickup truck and
something like that. But yeah, he played this asshole the whole movie, and then at the end, all of a sudden, "Oh, I love you, son." I'm like, oh god.
So did this get all the way to a rage?
So there was
for you?
like retribution at the end.
This was a rage.
All right, so
nice.
I would just like to announce to our listeners this is yet another movie that Murray and Bryce agree on.
Yes, it's awful. It is a rage.
This is awesome. I love this. This is what makes my day so more exciting.
And it was edited for television, so you didn't even get the good stuff.
Nice.
Anyway, that's about all I got.
Cool.
I got nothing else going on in my life.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Oh, my sweet, sweet rage. How you like to fill me with sweet, sweet rage. And Bryce goes low. So, my rage this week, I've already kind of alluded to it. And my rating system for movies that are 3 hours long is now going to be based, unless it's a good movie, the level of rage that I have will be based on how many dance Bollywood sequences are put into these terrible, terrible superhero movies that are made by Disney or Marvel or any other of these crappy action films that they come out that are completely not needed to be 3 fucking hours long, but could get easily by with a tight, perfect documentary size 77 minutes.
So sorry,
if they don't have
your rage is that
my rage is
superhero 3 hour movies don't have
Bollywood dance. In their films to allow Murray to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
I'm actually raging on behalf of Murray because I have like a bladder like a tank. I could drink like 27 big gulps before I go to bed, and when I wake up at 6 in the morning, I just fill that toilet, so I don't have to take breaks. But poor little Murray and his little pea-sized bladder, he can't make it all the way through. So my rage is on behalf of my merman. And if you're not going to put a Bollywood dance scene every 40 minutes in a movie that's 3 fucking hours long, unless you're a movie from Japan called Drive My Car,
yes,
which should have been 3.5 hours long, I might add.
Should have been.
Then you're going to get a rage. That's all I'm saying. I'm judging you now going forward. You probably were going to get a rage anyway, but now you're getting a super rage. I might even call it something else like Bollywood rage. That's it. That's my rating.
Aww.
Every other movie would be Bollywood rage.
Your whole rage just kind of confuses me, but that's okay.
Murray gets it.
I get it. I just wouldn't have waited. I would have went anyway. For Drive My Car, I wouldn't have waited either.
So, it used to be that no matter how tired I was, I would never fall asleep at the movies. Never. Could have been the most boring film ever, and I would still, and I could be super tired, and I'd still make it through pretty alert the whole way through. And now, I just slept through 2 films this week. And it's happened more than once in the last little while where it never happened. I guess I'm getting old. I don't know what.
Maybe you have narcolepsy. Have you been tested for narcolepsy?
I have not. I don't have narcolepsy.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
You never know when you do, because you wouldn't know. You'd fall asleep and you didn't know, and then you woke up and then you missed something. But
yeah.
Do your friends at work tell you that?
No, I've never.
Bryce, you're missing out on things.
I've never fallen asleep at work.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, maybe you just hit that magical age of.
I think maybe
nap time.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The test is going to be this week next week at the Calgary International Film Festival. We'll see if I'm dozing off.
Yeah. I'll be there to wake you up though.
Yeah, but
you don't want to miss any of those.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be a problem.
If either one of the movies we watched was fantastic, I wouldn't have let you sleep.
Yeah,
but you needed that sleep.
Maybe I did. Anyways, my rage is that for some reason
You're getting
I fall
old.
asleep.
That's your rage.
I'm getting old. Yeah, that's my
and
rage.
Potentially narcolepsy, but he's not sure because he also doesn't go see the doctor. So
neither.
He could have ass cancer or something right now, and who would know?
Last time I went and saw the doctor, he said that they massacred my toe, so my dreams of being a foot model are done forever.
There you go.
He's like, oh, you got a little ingrown toenail. Let's just completely obliterate your toe and make it look disgusting so you can't make millions of dollars as a foot model. I had the most beautiful feet maybe in the history of the world. Yeah. And then he went and butchered my toe. There should have been a lawsuit in there.
Were your feet as beautiful as David Duchovny's hand?
I don't even know what that means, but
I don't either.
From the movie he was in, where he was a hand model. I think he was in Zoolander.
Was he a hand model in Zoolander? Yeah. I don't even remember that. All I know is that I could be living off my feet right now instead of slaving away.
That's right.
I could probably still be they'd probably still be using like stock images of my feet and paying me all the time. But now my feet aren't. That foot model money, man. That's real.
Hold on,
that's real
can
cash.
We just find out like that? Did you have ingrown nails in both your feet? Because one of your feet should still be gorgeous.
Nobody wants 1 foot.
Yeah, sure. Because you just make sure the camera angle is just pointing at the good. It's like your good side of your face. It's good foot.
People are looking for someone with 2 beautiful feet, not just 1.
Damn, that leaves you and me out, Mur.
I will also never be a model either. I also didn't grow a toenail in high school.
Yeah.
You know what?
For me, it was playing soccer.
So sorry.
And our listeners get a little bit more about the film Rage's feet.
So sorry, what was my rage again?
It was your feet are ugly, you're getting old.
My feet are ugly and I'm getting old.
Your feet are ugly, you're getting old. And you're hoping that's not going to... And you potentially could have narcolepsy.
You need to
no,
watch
that you
movies.
think I've got narcolepsy. I don't think I'm fine.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
Okie dokie, it's the list. So, for those of you just listening to us for the first time, go to our website, filmrageyyc.com. Look at our page called The Lists. On it, you will find 4 different lists. And actually, a 5th one has recently been added, which the Merman hopefully is going to get to work on some of it without his no jobs to do. So we have the Mesmerized, we have the Repulsive, we have the Doubted, and we have the Undoubted. So we have been desperately trying to work on Mesmerized list because we felt it got a little bit too big. And so we were charged last week to see Ellen Burstyn versus Tig Notaro in the movie Lucy in the Sky. And there was no diamonds, but there was a song about Lucy in the Sky with diamonds in the movie. First off, I hated this movie.
It's such a piece of crap.
It is so bad.
I couldn't believe.
And
I'm like, why
what's her
am I
face
watching
in
this?
it?
Is so awful.
What's her face? V for Vendetta girl.
Natalie Portman.
She is the most awful. Natalie. If I only saw this movie, I would think Natalie Portman was both repulsive.
She's not a bad actress, but in this, she's awful.
She is terrible. Like terribly, terrible, awful. This was painful to watch.
Oh, it's crap. It's crap.
I couldn't even watch this in a theater full of Bollywood dancing and singing. This was so terrible. I would not enjoy it.
It was so bad.
Oh, yeah, it was terrible. But the good thing about us, well, maybe not the good reason for us watching it, but we can't eliminate anybody because Tig Notaro was only in it for maybe 2 minutes
She was
total.
in it for a cup of coffee. Like,
yeah,
literally.
Well, a bowling, a couple bowls. And,
maybe they're drinking beer.
She actually flipped I think a hot dog on the barbecue.
Yeah.
That was it. It was like, hey, Tig, thanks for showing up.
Yeah. Well,
Ellen Burstyn was fantastic.
Ellen Burstyn was fantastic. I'm glad Tig Notaro wasn't it because it was just a crap role where she was just filler. Like,
she was filler. She couldn't have had a chance to mesmerize.
Yeah, there was nothing to her character. It was just she was just sat there. She was She was a potato. There's nothing she could do.
She was 2 minutes of potato.
So
yeah,
whatever.
And I'm thinking what we're maybe gonna do.
Yes.
Because we have the film festival coming up, is we're gonna hold off on the list for a bit, just till we get back from the film festival. Because we got a lot of content. We may be doing some interviews with some directors. We don't know yet. So we got to make sure we got lots of time available for it. So we are going to hold off on the lists.
Yep. That's fine.
So just so everybody knows, we'll be back. Murray's going to charge us with some good stuff, I'm sure. And when we come back after the festival break, get ready.
All right.
I have people that I could add, but I can't add it until we do the next segment.
Last week on Rage or Dare, the boys finished off the summer with a skip and a hop to the Merman's sweet ice creamy bucket of rage. The dog days of summer were rewarded with the 2001 film Swordfish. I believe this may be a double scoop of rage. This week, it's baby boy Bryce's turn to rage or dare or Casey. Yes, Bryce, it is your turn. Come on, Bryce. Let's check in with our rageettes to see if this was the moment in time when John Travolta's doubtedness started to creep in. Whether it is or not, one thing's for sure. I think we can all agree this was no sweet treat they fished from our merman. Let's find out just how fishy this swordfish stank is.
Well, Swordfish is a film that is as sloppy as it is bad, and it is really, really bad. There are so many continuity errors that it seems as if they just didn't give a crap when they made this movie. We get car doors and trunks open and then magically they're closed when the camera angle changes. We get Don Cheadle with blood on his face and then magically it disappears. We get people's hands bound together and then magically they are no longer bound together. We get a police car that has a license plate change during the course of a short trip. We get people standing by cars, then the camera angle changes, and they have now disappeared. We get a chase scene where they pass the same cars over and over again.
It was like a Flintstones.
It's like the Flintstones. There is a scene where a thug is holding his gun with one hand, and then two hands, and then one hand again, and then two hands again as the camera shots change. He's like sitting there. He's got two hands on it. Then the camera goes to another angle. He's got one hand on it. Then it goes to another. It's just, there's no time. There's not enough time between these cuts for him to grab onto it with both. It is insane, the amount of just sloppiness in this. We get a car chase where the glass gets smashed. And then moments later, there's no damage to it at all. And then we get Hugh Jackman.
Huge.
Frantically pounding at keys on a computer, 2 or 3 at a time, or sometimes he misses the keys altogether. He's like a monkey there just going, I don't know what the hell that was.
It was so
as he pretends to type. It was literally the only entertaining thing in this whole movie is watching him sitting there pound on the keyboard. Oh my God. And one of my favorite scenes in the film was where the dude was detained by the airport security because of the contents of his bag.
Yep.
And they leave the dude alone in a room with the bag in question with the door wide open. He, of course, picks up the bag and leaves. Just dumb and lazy was this film throughout. This is just beyond bad. I don't know why they made it. I don't know. I don't understand how this got made and the amount of money that they plowed into this. This was just garbage. Just so awful. It was a rage.
Oh, I never saw that coming. Did you, Mur?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why you put it in
That's
the
why I
ice creamy
picked
bucket
it.
of rage.
Much as I enjoy Hugh Jackman and Halle Berry's
Perfectly formed
assets,
breasts.
let's just say assets. Yeah, I knew it would be a bad movie.
So I don't know if this was the most smarmy and repulsive that John Travolta has been, but it is certainly the most memorable smarmy and repulsive that I can remember. The director apparently is trying to be all culturally relevant, I'm guessing, and as much like a Tarantino type ripoff as he can. I think akin to Reservoir Dogs at times. I don't know.
I didn't make that.
And maybe it was kind of like a Kaiser Soze. He was trying to be creative. Like the whole thing with the Dog Day Afternoon at the beginning is just like
that was very Tarantino.
It was very Tarantino, but it wasn't written. It was so bad. Like it was trying to be edgy and smart, but basically comes off completely the opposite of that.
Yeah.
It's like a heist film, sort of, which doesn't really give it a lot of hope to begin with. I won't bore you with how terrible, because you went through a lot of it. So I'm gonna skip all of that.
Yeah.
But the bad guy at the programming guy that gets caught, it's the most ridiculous scene that I've ever seen.
It's so dumb.
But then it gets even worse.
Yeah.
Because they take him to the cop shop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you think it's a cop shop. You don't even know. They're in places and rooms you don't even know where they are. And if this is like a high security building where there's FBI agents or CIA, I don't even know what they probably told us, but I really didn't care. Like CIA or FBI or some DEA or whatever they are, whatever rooms they were in. They don't just let people walk in.
No.
Go into the room where there's with a weapon. With 2 weapons and have those glass, the one-way mirrors, and then just blow his brains out. Like, it's just everything about this was so fucking stupid. And they try and put like a thing at the end, but it's
what's
like
a twist?
The twist
wasn't a twist.
The twist was terrible. But
they foreshadowed it so freaking heavily that it's like you obviously know that he's not dead because we've already seen his stupid decoy dead body, which was just the weirdest thing. Hugh Jackman's typing away on his computer doing stuff, and then he looks over and there's what?
You know what it is? There's a meme or a GIF that you can find on social media where it's this cat with he's typing with his paws really, 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 really fast.
Yeah.
That's what Hugh Jackman looked
totally.
like. But my
Except
favorite
the cat will probably have less mistakes.
My favorite thing in this movie is the flying bus attached to the helicopter. And apparently there isn't one police helicopter anywhere in this major city in the US.
Yeah.
Not one. Because this helicopter's flying into buildings.
One hell of a helicopter.
It's running. It's like one of those giant.
Picks up a bus.
Up a bus. Like, it's just.
Aye.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, on top of that, the acting in this is completely awful. Except for Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle was the only one that was kind of. I think he was. They were all in a different movie, I think, that was happening at the same time.
Well, there were a lot of different movies going on.
But Don Cheadle was in the movie that he felt this was a serious role because he still was Don Cheadle. He's amazing. The premise, including giving Hugh Jackman $100,000 to just watch. Like, there's just one thing after another. It's just dumb. But John Travolta is also just absolutely repulsive in this. Like, I can't remember a time I haven't felt repulsed by John Travolta. I'm just putting it out there that perhaps when we come back to the lists, we have to remember that John Travolta is truly repulsive in most of his movies.
Most of them, but there's every now and then
he has a Grease
which makes
episode.
Yeah, he has a Grease episode. Which is, it's just not enough to get him on the list. Even though he can be more repulsive than anybody on the planet, every now and then he's got a certain charm.
Just try and remember the last time.
Doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
But,
Are you a John Travolta fan, Murray?
Sort of.
There you go.
What was your favorite John Travolta? Grease. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But what else?
Well, his early TV days, he was awesome.
Welcome Back, Kotter. Yeah, it was.
Exactly.
Welcome back.
That was good. Yeah, this. I don't even want to talk anymore about this. This was painful to watch.
It's crap.
It's so terrible. Like, Murray, you just delivered the ice creamy goodness on that for sure.
Face Off.
He's not good in it, but the movie's good because it's John Woo.
It's Nick Cage.
Yeah, Nick Cage is good.
All right.
Oh, yeah. So you got to choose to Rage or Dare or Casey.
I think you should check your notes. I think it's your turn this week.
Nope. Casey said it, and you have to do it. Now, one thing you could do is take my very last one. You might have to spend my time over the break.
Coming up with more stuff. You seem to be a little overly eager for me to choose from your bag.
Okay.
What are my choices again?
Dare.
Yeah.
From our listeners.
Yeah.
Casey's bag of evil remakes.
Yeah.
That's it.
This is it. So you've got Casey's or the audience.
I will go with the guaranteed goodness of the audience.
All right.
Because I think I'm batting about 800 with the audience.
Nice.
There haven't been many Mondos, but there's been a whole slew of mess.
I don't even know if there's one Mondo.
Okay, well, it's got to choose again because I chose High School Musical 3.
How is that everywhere? It's in every bag.
We've already
We've
already done that one.
Oh, really hate
and we will not be doing it again.
No, we will not.
All right, I've got another one, and it is Dragon Ball Evolution.
Nice.
What the hell is Dragon Ball Evolution?
I don't know. Sounds like a terrible...
Sounds like a kid's movie. You sure it's not a kid's movie?
I'm looking it up right now.
All right.
It's probably one of those...
Is it live action? I thought Dragon Ball was like a cartoon.
Oh no.
I'm sure they made a live
It's a live action movie.
Okay.
There it is. See? It's rated PG even.
All right.
Yep.
Actually, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, you probably like it.
Who's in it?
It's got mild nudity, mild violence and gore, mild profanity, mild alcohol, drug, and smoking, and it's got mild, frightening, and intense scenes.
Oh, good. I like.
But Chow Yun-fat's in it, so
Chow Yun-fat's in it.
yeah.
Who
So
else is in it?
it's guaranteed to be a winner.
Give me a few more of the stars.
Justin Chatwin,
Don't know who that is.
James Marsters,
Don't know who that is.
That's Spike.
Emmy Rossum.
Emmy
Rossum is
Remy
in
Rossum,
Shameless.
I know.
There you
Some
go.
Shameless.
Murray knows all these people, so you're gonna love this.
All right.
This is like a winner.
Dragon Ball Evolution. All right, whatever. It's probably going to be all right.
Yeah. But we won't get that until we get back from our break. So I know you'll want to hear some rage from us, so we might have to squeeze something in, but it won't be from Calgary International Film Fest, that's for sure.
There you
go. All right. Well, thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks to Extended Film Rage family, who you can find in our show notes. Thanks to Casey from The Nerdy Photographer for the voice of Rage or Dare and our Supreme God of Rage. Find us on social media everywhere at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageyyc.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. Give your granny a nice fanny pack. We are always wanting to make this a raging blast for our listeners, so please comment, like, and subscribe and share. And send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible movies to fuel our rage, but no matter what you do, please, 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 pretty please, please, please make us rage. That is it for this a week. A raging on.
Rage on.